Today, Shirdi is a global landmark of faith, but in 1854, it was an entirely obscure rural village, barely a speck on the map of Maharashtra. That quiet routine was interrupted when the villagers noticed a 16-year-old boy sitting beneath a local neem tree. He was deep in meditation, seemingly unaffected by the midday heat. The boy offered no name and claimed no family. He gave no indication of where he was from or which religion he belonged to. Curious locals dug into the earth beneath the tree and uncovered a hidden underground chamber, glowing with 4 burning lamps. The boy told the villagers to close it back up, explaining that this was where his guru, Venkusa, had meditated. From his first appearance, his presence in the village was defined by this hidden spiritual lineage, starting his life in Shirdi through a mystery that lay beneath the roots of a tree. The boy stayed for 3 months and then vanished without a word. He only reappeared years later, walking into the village as part of a wedding procession for a man named Chand Patil. As he approached the local Khandoba temple, the priest, Mahalsapati, called out, "Ao, Sai, welcome, Sai." From that moment on, the nameless traveler was known to Shirdi as Sai Baba. He took up residence in a crumbling mosque he named Dwarkamai. While he lived within those walls as a Muslim fakir, he simultaneously kept a sacred Hindu fire, the Duni, burning at his side day and night. By maintaining these traditions together, he blurred the rigid religious lines of the era. To seek his counsel, Hindus and Muslims were required to cross the same threshold and share the same floor. As his influence grew, so did the friction with those who doubted him. One Diwali, local shopkeepers mocked him by refusing to provide the oil he needed for his festival lamps. Baba simply filled the earthen lamps with pure water from a nearby well. When he touched a flame to the wicks, the water ignited, and the lamps burned through the night. Later, when a field fire threatened a farmer's entire harvest, Baba arrived at the edge of the flames and commanded the fire to stop. The blaze immediately subsided. When a 3-year-old girl fell into a deep village well, terrified locals found her suspended miraculously at the surface, held as if by invisible hands until she could be lifted to safety. During another crisis, he stepped out into a torrential rainstorm that had stranded his devotees and ordered the storm to cease. The rain stopped instantly. These acts were direct responses to the needs of the village. By using his authority over the elements to intervene in their daily lives, he began to turn local skepticism into a deep recognition of his compassion. That compassion was most frequently seen through his distribution of udi, the sacred ash taken from his perpetually burning fire. A devotee named Lakshmi, who was suffering from a severe and life-threatening miscarriage, consumed the udi on Baba's instruction. The bleeding stopped, and she eventually gave birth to a healthy child. But he consistently shifted the focus of his devotees away from the physical and toward 2 specific pillars, Shraddha, meaning faith, and Sabori, meaning patience. He taught that while the miracles provided relief, the real goal was to develop the resilience needed to live by his motto, Sabka Malik Ek, one God governs all. By October 1918, Baba's close devotee Tatya fell terminally ill. Baba had previously predicted that Tatya's life would reach a critical turning point during this time. As Tatya reached the brink of death, Baba made a quiet decision to intervene. He chose to take the physical toll of Tatya's illness upon his own body, effectively exchanging his health for that of his devotee. The day was October 15, 1918. While the village celebrated the festival of Dasera with effigies and crowds, Baba's physical strength was nearly gone. In his final moments, he handed 9 coins to a woman named Lakshmi Bai to represent the 9 paths of devotion. Then he slowly leaned back onto his attendant, Bayaji Kote. A local doctor, Dr. Pillai, arrived to check his pulse and confirmed that the heart of Shirdi had finally stopped beating. His final act in the village was a deliberate sacrifice, choosing to end his own life to ensure that a devotee would live. In the wake of his passing, the unity he had built was tested by a dispute between Hindu and Muslim followers over the proper way to bury his body. The conflict was resolved when the village honored his specific final request. He was buried at Butiwada, the site that is now known as the Samadhi Mandir. His presence remained active even after his burial. The very next morning, he began appearing in the dreams of his followers, like Das Ganu, giving them the news of his departure and instructions for the future. He left his followers with one final promise: "My bones will speak from the tomb." For those who visit Shirdi today, he remains a presence felt through that promise, answering those who call with faith and patience.